Well, hello again. Yes, it's me, Sandi Ballard, and I am your host of the Monday Morning Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. If you are not connected with me, please do so. It's Facebook, Growing Forward Success Coaching. Hey, by the way, I only need 3 more people to connect with me to get to 200. That's the next milestone, right? And that's not enough after that. We'll just keep going. But hey, 3 of you, if you're not connected with me, please do. I post weekly or daily about just a question or an article, something to think about. And also LinkedIn. Been getting a lot of LinkedIn requests from all over, so really appreciate you guys connecting with me there. And Instagram. This week I have not been posting on Instagram, so trying to get into the habit of that. It's new to me. So any words of encouragement would be great. So thanks for sharing, listening, and being open to growing and expanding your mind. And as per last week's podcast, number 80, how do you check out? How do you take a breath, and reset? So did you, or had you, or do you regularly stop and take a break, reset? I had one client say he stopped at lunch, watched a movie, and he was watching a movie while he was eating lunch, and then he decided to finish watching the movie. And yeah, it was longer than usual, normal, I guess, amount of time he takes, but he said it was much needed. It was a much needed mental break. And then when he went back to the computer, he was mentally refreshed and more creative. So in a sense, that's kind of what the whole point is before you get overloaded, before you get to the point where you totally check out, how can you stop yourself? And yes, some people do yoga or meditate. Some people need a whole week. But I'm saying when you're hitting that reset button, are you really stopping and letting everything just kind of pause for a minute? Because taking your kids to Disney might be fun, but it's not necessarily always resetting yourself. So even if it's just for a short amount of time, it definitely can help you from losing control and not functioning at 100%. So you could also reboot, reset your career or business, right? I've talked about this before, some strategy sessions. And this is something I do with many clients, and do quite often, actually. Some do on their own, but then we talk about it. But it's, in a sense, a reset for your business or career. It's taking a look at what are you doing for yourself, but within your business. Even if you have staff, my suggestion would be to do one on your own and then one with your team. A lot of times you hear companies or nonprofits, especially doing retreats. That's fantastic. But you, as the leader, you're the one driving the train, the bus, the ship, whatever analogy you want to say. You're the one that people will look to. And even say you have business partners, look at it from your eyes, from your end, and have your aspect of things so you can go into it then with your business partners, your team, however, and do it that way as well. You can get a handle on your vision and on how and where you fit in to the organization. Do you feel you're still on track? How's your focus? Energy? What have you been doing? Have your distractions gotten you off track? Where are you with your goals? What are your goals for you, but within the company and for the company? Okay? So how does your personal goals in life align? Have you personally reset yourself enough? And are you functioning at that 100%? Because you may be rocking and rolling. And I was just talking with someone who said, business is slowing down a little, but I still don't have time for myself. Well, that's when you need to reset yourself. But then look at overall, how is that organization, whether it's yours or you work for them, how is that working for you? And are you taking the time for yourself? All right? So that way, if you do have business partners and staff or volunteers, a board, committee, whatever, you'll include them, as you should do a retreat. Some people call them strategy sessions, big visioning session. You know where you stand as well, okay? Because you are driving the train, and if you aren't, you'll definitely find out during the session. You'll see things. So it's better to do this before you do it with everyone else. And that way you'll know going into it, the direction you want to take. Okay? You'll already know that, and you can discuss it, and you can be prepared. Because say you don't own the company, or you do, and you want a different position within the company. You want to do things a little different. How can you do that if you don't stop to think? You got to hit the pause button, hit the reset button for your company and your career as well. So yes, last week was about resetting yourself, your mind. And this week, it's about, it's still personal, but we'll focus on the business side, okay? Where are things? Yes, in a sense, you're checking your goals, but this is much bigger. This is vision, mission, perhaps research, competition, data, market share, if appropriate. Products and services, review them, pricing, niche market. Is what you're doing still relative? What's new out there? All that stuff. So again, stepping off the crazy train to make sure your business isn't falling behind, getting off track, or does it need to take a right turn? Okay? Because sometimes you do. You see the trends are changing. How are you going with it? Are you closer to your big 5 to 10 year goal? Are you becoming who you want to be? Are you living your legacy? And is your business does it have the same reputation that you do? Street cred. I have one client that loves to use that. Are you, is whether it's you or your company, are you getting the street cred that you want? Okay. So looking at that this week, tell me when and how you do or will do a strategy day for your business, your career. Whiteboard session. Get those giant Post-it notes, or if you have a whiteboard, whether it's in the office, on the weekend, at the lake house, at the beach, at the cabin, in a conference room, not in a Starbucks. You gotta think, and you gotta have room to spread out and just write random thoughts and notes, and really, really look at it. Get it out of your head. If I ask you where your goals are, and if I ask you where your ideas are, and you point to your head, you're in trouble. Okay? And if you need help, that's what I do. Let's get to it. I just did a strategy session with a client who pointed to his head. He said he could see all of that on a whiteboard. Once he got it out and we looked at it on the whiteboard, we looked at what he accomplished as well as what he still needed to accomplish, but it was how. Instead of, getting caught up in focusing and thinking, you get stuck thinking about one thing, you can see it so much differently. So whether it's with me or on your own, get some big pieces of paper or little bits and tape them up on the wall and look at it. Get to it and get doing a strategy session. So I'd love to hear. Email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, or post here in the comments section. When will you do, or did you do, a strategy session, or however you refer to it? All right, and what came out of it? Have a great week. Look forward to hearing from you. Again, connect with me on social media, or email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, B-I-Z, and let's set up a strategy session and get yourself and your career and business set up for 2018. Cheers.